And there's nobody as stable as me. I'm not a kook or nut who's just eating mushrooms and running around talking a bunch of stuff. These things are what I have experienced, and many others who have taken the time to do their research and who have taken their own self, their own personal mind and consciousness, boasted their courage and had enough of an interest to know and took it upon themselves to go in, not read no book, not listening to nobody else, not saying that, oh, so-and-so said it, so it must be true, because this is not a guru movement. This is not the sacred supermaster, that we all come and sit before and listen to them pontificate. The true teacher makes himself or herself obsolete. You don't keep coming back forever, At some point you go off on your own and you come back and you share the things that you've experienced and you've learned with your teacher and the other people. Because this is something you have to do yourself. Nobody can do it for you. Nobody can go in for you. Nobody can come out for you. It's like everything that's important in this construct. You're born by yourself. You die by yourself. This you have to do by yourself. The mushroom is the teacher. It is a teacher that does not discriminate. The information is there. What you need to do is be diligent enough to access it, courageous enough to get in and stand the truth as it is told to you. See, the mushroom ain't got to lie. The mushroom don't need no money. It doesn't need to be for praise to be placed upon it. It has an agenda, of course, and its agenda is to be with you as a partner to be able to traverse, because you can move around or you can send it places that it wouldn't be able to necessarily go itself. So, hey, what it wants to do is hitch a ride on the craft, because that's what you're building. You're building the transdimensional multiverse craft. So we have some things coming up this year. We will be having people go on the excursions with the Palantir Stone here, with the Palantir Crystal, because we need professionals. We need people who are going to do the real magic. We need the folks that are going to be changing reality, hacking the matrix, because it's all a simulation, embedded in simulation, embedded in simulations. And if it's code, of which Professor James Gates says that, hey, the codes that are used in the fabric of reality are the same codes used in Google and Facebook. And of course, it would be that way. The same way that your currency, your money into the multiverse is Bitcoin on the blockchain, because your DNA is a blockchain, your RNA is a blockchain. So these ways of doing things, previously internalized, are the way that they're expressed in the macro universe. The way it works on the micro scale, on the quantum scale, is the way it works here. That's why the way reality is structured in the simulation is the same way you pass information on the internet because it's based upon the mycelial network, the mushroom network that permeates this earth, that permeates gajillions of different planets in different places. It's the same structure. I don't believe in no creation, no creator, but I do know, as a way of knowing, that there are organizers. You organize that which is already here, because that which is already here always has been here and will always be here. So you can take a tree and make a desk out of it. You didn't create the desk. You created the structure, or you arranged the structure of the desk out of the wood, which was already here. And that's the same thing with people. It's the same thing with desks. It's the same thing with everything. So I'm here to say we have several things coming up. We have the Toad ceremony coming up in May. We have the Food of the Gods retreat in end of June, 1st of July, because we have to get the date a little closer to the date it's going to be happening, because we have to work with the mushrooms and how the thunder and lightning comes, because these are the thunder and lightning mushrooms, the Sapatocorum mushrooms up in the mountains outside of Oaxaca in Mexico. Food of the Gods retreat, where the actual food of the gods, with the Olmec, Toltec, Aztec, Mayan ancestors and deities are contained in those mountains and mushrooms, where the thunder and lightning comes, and where the lightning strikes, the mushrooms pop up, and the young boys go in the hills and to pick the mushrooms and bring them down out of the mountains. And then we have what's going on this year. We're having the Detroit Psychedelic Conference, August 7th, 8th, and 9th. Write it down now. The Detroit Psychedelic Conference, August 7th, 8th, and 9th. Don't get caught without your ticket, because they're gonna go fast, because this is gonna be off the chain. We come in with the hyperdimensional, transdimensional, ultra-dimensional information. The Palantir Stone will be there. The crystal ball will be there. The technology will be there. And we're going with actual speakers who are actually taking the doses, not the usual suspects, not the people who have the capital and the wherewithal and are brung all over the world to the wine and cheese parties to pontificate on their newest book, and they've never taken anything at all, or their new psychedelic science project, and they've never taken anything at all. And I'm not downplaying anybody who takes low doses, because anybody who takes mushrooms, ayahuasca, salvia, iboga, any of those things, I take my hat off to them, because it takes courage to do that. We just have a certain niche that we're dealing with, and people are calling high doses. I don't know what a high dose is, because with mushrooms, you can take as much as you need. So I don't know what a high dose is. But all I know is I'm gonna keep going higher. Some people say that, hey, anything over a certain amount, nothing you can do it. No, that's not how it works. And if you haven't taken that, you can't speak on it. Well, you can speak on it, but they don't mean nothing. It's just like the people who say, oh, DMT is the top of the line. It's the highest thing there is. You take DMT and there's nothing like it. No, mushrooms are DMT, and mushrooms don't have no bottom to it. DMT, you can take as much DMT as you want. You're going to be stuck in DMT land. When you break through, you're going to be there. Mushrooms just keep going higher and higher and deeper and more inclusive in the excursion. I haven't found where it stopped. I don't know. So I'm going to keep down the hole deeper and deeper and deeper until I go down the hole deeper and deeper and deeper, because this thing is so profound. It ain't church. It ain't dancing and getting possessed. It ain't doing your yoga. It ain't breathing. It ain't none of that. This is the real thing. I try to explain to people. I try to explain to friends, colleagues, you know, my martial arts buddies. They don't have the wherewithal to try one Saturday night on something that's impossible to kill them. I talk to people all the time, and they, well, I'm afraid of what I may do or what I may be thinking. Well, shoot, how are you afraid of yourself? Either shit or get off the pot. Let's stop faking the funk. Now, all these people that'll tell you this and tell you that about what spirit is and the connection to the gods and all that kind of stuff, all of that don't mean nothing. Why doesn't it mean anything? Because it ain't got access. You want to see your gods? You want to shake hands with them? You want to talk to them? We got a way you can do it. And I can show you in one night, 6 hours, 8 hours. And all those people who are detractors and think that it ain't real, well, let me show you. We need to do this. This is a way out of the nonsense. We can evolve our way out. Transhumanism is sitting right before us. And that's just a bridge into the mystery. Humanity is just a bridge. It's a passage. It ain't to be stuck being a human being forever. It's a way through. That's all. Stop talking about let's get back to this and get back to that. And nature's no. We are to expand ourselves beyond nature. We are to expand ourselves beyond the physics of which we are trapped in a human body in the three-dimensional 5-sense reality. You have different ways of doing things, different ways of being able to access the consciousness, being able to access the mystery. You spend time in the human mind, the human framework. You spend time going to work, eating food, drinking water, making love. But then there's time that you can get out of this whole thing and show yourself as who you are on a higher level. So no, don't think that this is something small. Don't think that this is not real. Don't think that it's just your imagination, because it's not. It's as real as anything that you can experience in the human body. It's as real as popcorn. It's as real as your car. So, as I said, this is the first go live of the year. We're gonna give it to you. It's for you to come and accept it. Don't miss the Detroit Psychedelic Conference.